Every week I go out and look for vintage and retro toys, games, books. I like to collect them, but I also like to sell them online. So this is one of the videos where I'm gonna go over what sold today. One of them is a Miller High Life bank. So it's a retro bank. It's actually during the time when they were made out of tin, like this, like it had a seam up there, and then it would be a flat top and you'd have a pull tab on it. This bank, of course, doesn't have a pull tab. It has a slot to put the money in. But I realized this is the second one I sold. I sold a Schlitz one earlier, I think. I don't know how you open them. There's no opening for them. How do you get it out? Do you actually have to destroy the can, like rip off the lid to get the stuff? Sorry, I keep shaking this at you. So there was a lot of stuffed animals. They were cloth dolls, I guess you would say. And this one is Linus. This is from, I want to say 1960. I don't know where the actual price tag is on it, but it's like 1960, I think. You can see right over my shoulder there, there's another one that's a mascot for some defunct food chain now, and he's a Martian. His name's like Martian something or other. I don't know. Speaking of Martians, bam! This is a book that I sold that's from the 70s, and it is not what I thought it was. So it's Star Wars, Star Trek, and the 21st Century Christians. When I first saw it, I saw both Star Trek and Star Wars. So instantly I thought, you know what? It's probably like some sort of fan fiction where somebody wrote a book where they crossed over. No, it is, after I started looking at it and getting ready to post it, it is about teaching Christianity through the example of storylines in Star Wars and Star Trek. So it's like how Darth Vader and the Force and all that is like good and evil in the Bible, in the Old Testament, and things like that. It's there are no pictures in it or nothing, but every example would be like, here's what happened in Star Trek, and this is how it relates to like Psalm 25. I don't know if that's a real psalm, just made that up because I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. I got a VHS tape from the Burger King Kids Club of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon, an episode called April Foolish. Now, let's see what the episode is. At a swank embassy costume ball, Channel 6's April O'Neil, mistaken for a princess, is kidnapped for a king's ransom. But hark, 4 aces disguised as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crash the affair and may just give this ultra hip fairy tale a happy ending. This is that. It's part of a bunch of weird VHS tapes that I found. I think I showed you in one of my What I Got videos these things, but it was a whole set of Teddy Ruxpin storybooks that came with a cassette that read along. Now the cassette was actually you put it in the Teddy Ruxpin, it was actually for that, and he would talk along with the story as you read the books, as you read the pictures. So this story is The Day Teddy Met Grubby. The illustrations, it's funny, there are like 4 people that did the illustrations in it. I don't know how that worked. Maybe it was because they were part of the animation team, because it did have a cartoon. But yeah, so it was like this, and there would be little bits of text and the storyline, and the narration from the cassette over there was narrated by the people who did the character voices. Now, when I got these, I thought they were kind of unique, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, I'll get it. And then as I got them, I'm like, I don't know who's gonna buy them. This is the last one. These sold like right away. Everybody wanted these. And like all the different places, like eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, I had to make sure that I didn't accidentally sell one to 2 people at the same time. They were going so fast. So that was interesting. I thought they were cool. I thought they were neat. They were kind of kitschy to me. Another illustrated book that I'm sending out today is The Aristocats. Not the Aristocrats, the Aristocats. This is a standalone story. It's not actually based on the film. It's a counting book to help you count. I like the drawings in this. I love it when they don't just copy directly from the story itself, when they have their own artists draw their own version of it. And this one's very much like a pen and ink sort of style. And it's to help you count. It goes through and there's the number 7, and then of course it's gonna end at 10. So boom, the Aristocats. I've never heard of this before, but I knew from the people that follow my stuff that this would be very appealing to them. So I sold one of these. I have, I think, 3 of them total. And it's a series of books called Emily and Adam. And each one of them features these two kids. Some of them it's just Emily, some it's just Adam. This one's both, and it's a book of opposites. So this story is written and drawn by Joan Walsh, and these are the two characters, and it's just to help teach reading through association, but the artwork is very, I don't want to say Holly Hobby-like, but maybe. Another book is a sturdy book. This is one for kids where the inside is like made of, the pages are made of cardboard, so they're more sturdy. And this one's I Am a Puppy. I keep saying I'm a puppy, but it's to teach reading, so I should pronounce it properly, shouldn't I? I am a puppy. Look at that little face. So inside the book, which was illustrated by Jan Paflug, follows a puppy, and the paintings and everything are really cool for it. It's almost one of those things where it's like, wow, you did all this for a children's book. These could be like hung on a wall or something. So there you go. I Am a Puppy. This is a book from one of those scholastic sort of book fair sort of things. Somebody even cut that out on the top, which I mentioned when I was selling it, but it being Halloween time right now when I'm selling this, it's a book called Cranberry Halloween. Now apparently there's a series of books about a small town called Cranberry, and it's got like a whole set of characters. And also the drawings in them are really cool. Like this was right up my alley around the time I was in grade school, which is basically when this came out. This is by, what's their names? Wendy and Harry Devlin. And it's a story about, it's a mystery story that it just happens to take place during Halloween, even though that's just like the added bonus because the main characters are dressed up in Halloween costumes. I would like to say it's sold because it's Halloween, but yeah, I sell Halloween stuff all the time. Got an official Big Bird here. This one's at, oh my, it's soft. I like that. Oh, I love it when they're soft. Anyway, this is a Big Bird right here. There, now you can see, oh wow, my head is as big as Big Bird. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I can't do a Big Bird voice imitation, otherwise I would. And I loved the show. It is a board game for Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, which I always want to say Sigmund the Sea Serpent. I think even I might have done a video where I showed we got this in one of my What Did I Get videos, and I probably said Sea Serpent, but it's Sea Monster. And it's based on the Sid and Marty Krofft show where this little serpent is, it's like a Casper the Friendly Ghost sort of deal where they're mean, he's supposed to be mean, but he's nice. So he runs away and he stays with these kids in their clubhouse. And there was a board game about it. The board itself is this. It's pretty simple. Really cool drawings. I'm not sure who did the artwork on it. Doesn't say, it just says Sid and Marty Krofft Productions. There is the shelter that Sigmund lived in. There are the two kids. You run through here. Here's where the Ooze family cave is, where his mother and his father and his brothers live. And the board game itself is just dice and pieces, and there are these cards here, but the big deal that you have to have is you have to have the Sigmund character for this game to be worth anything. And if it doesn't have it, then you can't play the game. And it's just this little piece here, and it's got a picture of him. It's not even really that good quality of a picture, so that made a huge difference, and it was hidden under that part of the game, and saw that when we got home. If I were to vote on which is cooler, I would say it's a cross between the Star Trek Christianity book, Linus, just because this is a very satisfying doll, and of course, the Sigmund the Sea Monster game. I almost said Sea Serpent again, just because I loved that show. It's a weird show. So those would be my choices as to which ones were cooler.